This is what I hear when I go to sleep now. Bees.
The bees are here.
This is the Himalayan giant honeybee. And this is the face that knows mistakes were made. This is the sting of a Himalayan giant honeybee. And this is art. I'd heard of Nepal's mad honey hunters, how they rappel hundreds of feet down sheer cliff faces, dangling on bamboo rope ladders, surrounded by thousands of swarming honeybees that were pissed. I'd heard that it was called mad honey because it can make you hallucinate. This was no guided tour. I just rented a scooter and followed a local into the villages in the foothills of the Himalayas. I didn't know what would happen, how close I'd get. Spoiler alert, I'd get very close. I'd get too close. Oh yeah, did I mention they are the world's largest species of honeybee?
Oh my god. Oh, I dropped my glasses in the midst of all that.
Oh, it's really dangerous.
Oh, and I've got a bunch of stings. Let's hope I'm not allergic. Just making sure nobody's following me.
And none of this is even mentioning that at a certain point I had to make a very, very quick escape due to, let's just say, a bit of a misunderstanding with some of the local villagers. But we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, this whole day came about because of a massive coincidence. I was talking to a local Nepali man and I mentioned the honey hunters. And this guy told me that there's only 2 times a year they go get this honey. And by sheer coincidence, the next one was the very next day. And he happened to be going. And when he said I can follow along if I want, how could I not? All I had to do was go and rent myself a scooter and then the day would begin.
Good chilly morning from Nepal. It's an early start today. I was up at just after 5:30.
Yeah, so I began the day nice and early with a brisk 3-kilometer walk to the place where I was getting the scooter to then begin the roughly 2-hour ride into the foothills of the Himalayas.
That was brutal, that first little leg of the trip there, my God. Yeah, it was so cold, especially going fast on the highway. It was so cold, I was trying to keep up with the guys. So I've upgraded, I've got a nice little warm neck fluffy boy now. And it was beautiful, like the sun was at the end of the highway and it was just gigantic orange ball. It was so beautiful. We're just having a quick stop here, a coffee and a samosa. And the sun's slowly rising, so we're getting a tiny bit of warmth. And we're gonna be back off on the road soon. I think we've got over an hour to go yet. I saw like a big fat monkey just galloping across the street as well, which is amazing. And when I say galloping, it was a big boy. It was just like bounding across. It was incredible. But already we've got, yeah, amazing views of the mountains pretty much the whole ride there so far.
Yeah, this ride is crazy. We've gone off-road, we're in the mountains. I'm just on a little scooter and we've just gone through this. Yeah, this is some off-road and it's so beautiful though. Definitely not going to show this footage to the guy who I rented the scooter off.
So we carried on riding for another half an hour or so over the rockiest ground. Like my bike was bouncing all over the place. We were going up steep hills, it's covered in so much sand my bike could barely make it up. Through at least 2 more bodies of water, also filled with rocks, until we got to a point where we could not continue on bikes.
We're going to walk the rest of the way because I believe there's been a landslide up ahead, so the road is no good to ride. To be honest, I'm kind of thankful because the last 10-15 minutes have been pretty hairy as is. This is so beautiful. Just running water all around, mountains above. Yeah, I'm so glad we're walking. This feels so nice now. It was pretty hectic there at the end. It was just constant, just all over the place, up on the rocks. Wow, it's so peaceful here. It's so quiet. You can just hear the waterfall over there and a cockerel in the distance. Wow. Hello, doggies. Hello. Look at you. Wow, it's very so nice. Namaste. Namaste. This is the landslide. This is where we would have tried to come through on the bikes, which is now, you know, a bit of a struggle even on foot.
And of course, this wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't get lost at least once. Earlier on the scooters, I was pretty much risking my life trying to keep up with them because I didn't want to lose them. And then when we got on foot, I became kind of relaxed and I was slowing down, I was stopping to make videos, and then I turned a bend and they were nowhere to be seen and there was multiple ways to go. And I didn't actually know it at the time, but those cliffs I'm sort of pointing at here are actually the cliffs where the beehives hang from and where I would be very soon. I would be climbing through the jungle above those cliffs following the honey hunters. And after I'm done getting lost, I was in a semi-panic because I didn't want to lose them. I didn't want to miss them finding the honey hunters. I passed a group of exhausted looking trekkers, maybe 10, 15. They were all lumbered up with their backpacks and they looked like they'd been walking for days. They could barely say hello to me. And I did not want that to be me. Flash forward to 3 days from now and I am still wandering out here exhausted and lost.
I stood around for a minute and then I saw them way down here. Yeah, so hopefully, I can't see them now, but hopefully they are just beyond where I saw them before.
And they were not. In fact, just after this little settlement, the path kind of ended and just started leading along sort of the edge of land. It was, you know, double pace into the unknown, not sure if I'm going the right way. I had to descend down a waterfall, down a bunch of rocks. This is all alongside the main river. And it got to a point where there was just no way to continue anymore unless I dunked in the river. So I decided to turn around and come back to the last little settlement of houses that I'd come across, and there was a guest house. So I came back to that. It was probably like back another 10 minutes or so, and they told me there was a little bridge to cross the river.
I still haven't found them, but I know I'm on the right track now. And I can see some smoke up there, which I'm hoping is something to do with smoking out the bees for the honey. But we'll find out. Let's just get up there, shall we? Namaste. Namaste. That's the guy I've been following, right there.
Wow.
Haha! I went all the way along this way. I climbed down the waterfall, carried on this way.
Oh, honey hunter master.
Oh wow! Namaste, namaste.
So luckily I didn't get there too late and I got to meet these two honey hunter masters. And these two guys and most of the honey hunters are part of an indigenous ethnic group of Nepal called the Gurung people. And they're an ancient community who live in the foothills of the Himalayas and live off the land. And having a little chat with these guys here, I learned that they've been doing this incredibly dangerous job for 40 years since they were 20 years old. And he got to prove himself right away because a random stray bee got stuck in one of the guy's heads and he just calmly took it out.
Oh, that's huge.
Master.
Yeah.
Too big.
You just took it off your head.
Yeah.
The bee master at work.
Here is still some honey left.
Ah, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's so nice.
Okay, try you take.
So I was given a gigantic plate of rice and dal bhat, and then we sat down on the grass in front of the mountains in the beautiful sun.
Having breakfast, having dal bhat with the honey hunters. Yeah, this food is great. This is a gigantic brunch, I guess it is at this point. Shoveling it in with my hands. A little bit spicy, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm the only one left sat here now. They all eat so fast. I had one of the smaller plates and they are all done before me. I'm not the most skilled with my right hand, but I didn't want to eat with my left hand. Sometimes that's not the thing to do. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't hyper spicy because not being able to eat it would have been either rude or embarrassing. But it's actually It's delicious. I feel very lucky. I did not expect to be fed out here, to be honest.
But more rice?
No, thank you. No, I'm very full.
Nepalese are very faster to eat.
Yeah, super fast. I can't believe it. It's like a rice this big and then 5 minutes. Yeah. Oh man, that was great.
With barely any time to eat my last grains of rice, everybody started packing up their gear, so I very quickly washed my hands and my dish in some running cold mountain water and then joined in behind them as they entered the jungle.
I don't know how this is going to go for me when we get close to the beach. I do not have proper protection. I've got my hat on and I've got this neck warmer that I bought for the ride here. I might have to make a swift retreat as soon as the bees start swarming. Yeah, so he's got the big rope ladder on his back there.
Yeah, sir, under. Under, sir. Oi, yeah. Oh.
Snake.
Oh. Under. Wait.
There's a snake.
You see there one.
Oh yeah, oh my god, it's hard to see, yeah.
Just slowly go, see? Yeah. Good. It's fly, good. It's good.
Flying snake.
And this path, I was told, wasn't even here a couple days ago. They only actually just made it yesterday. One man's carrying small pieces of bamboo with the vegetation, the sort of ferns on the end of it, and that's what they'll set on fire to smoke out the bees. Following them along, up and down, steep sections to our right with a huge drop at times. Sections of it I just couldn't record at all because I needed to just have all my wits about me.
So this is one of the baskets that they collect the honey in. He's currently doing something with the ropes. We've got the ropes that go all the way across here. And then these guys are harnessing themselves up. This old guy just like skipping up the hills. It's like granddad age. The bee hats on. I do not fancy finding out if I'm allergic to bee stings up here. The world's largest bee species with my woolly hat as protection. Today's video is sponsored by the bee protection woolly hats knitted by my friend's mother. Thanks, Andrea. Hopefully they are bee protected. Here's one that they've already done. I don't know if this was from yesterday. There's Kancha going in for some close-up vlogging. He's got a bee hat though. I think I'm going to stay here and see how I go. Yeah, I think the bees might be on the way soon, so I think we might be going down there to get a good view of them from the other side of the river. Cute kittens followed by a killer dog. I've lost my man again, but I'm assuming it's this way. Aha, there he is.
So while the honey hunters were setting themselves up, we took ourselves to surely what would be a safe distance and set ourselves up.
Buzzy bee of our own. Go! Man, I gotta get me a drone. All right, scrambling down some rice terraces. Gonna see if I can get a little bit closer to the cliffs over here. There's some people down here now, so gonna go and join them.
So each one of these black shapes that you can see is a nest of the bees. They can be 1.5 meters long and 1 meter wide, and each single comb can contain 60,000 bees. And I can see at least a dozen of these nests. So including all the ones I can't see, we are probably talking millions of bees up there. And this is fascinating. As you can see here, when the bees are feeling a little bit threatened, they do this shimmering effect where they all do a little shimmy, and it creates this sort of hypnotizing shimmer all across the nest. I now know after the fact that this is their first line of defense, and I quote, "can precede a more aggressive collective stinging response."
And then the ladder has positioned itself right there above one. Could just see a whole swarm of bees just chasing his drone. There's a monkey climbing down over there as well. A little monkey. I wonder if the monkey's also trying to steal some honey. The honey hunters have got some competition maybe. And there he is. There is the mad honey hunter. I think they refer to the honey as mad, but I'm referring to those guys as mad, to be honest. The mad hunters of honey.
The reason they call it mad honey, by the way, is because of the flower the bees pollinate and use to make the honey has a neurotoxin in it. The Gurung people use it for medicinal purposes, but at higher doses it can cause effects ranging from dizziness to delirium to hallucinations. It was even used by an ancient king as a biological weapon against the Roman soldiers.
There's Kancha's drone going towards the ladder. Might get chased off by bees again in a second. Yeah, I can see them all. They're not going to show up on the camera, but yeah, you're going to see the bees glistening in the sunlight chasing the drone. Look at that. That is crazy, isn't it? A rope ladder hundreds of feet in length off the side of a cliff. And this elderly man is just descending it amongst the world's largest species of bee. I think I just got shit on by a bee. I noticed some yellow stuff on the back of my hand. yellow, yellow. And then I just got a splodge on my forehead. I wiped it off immediately, I just went bleh. But pretty positive that's what bee poo is. I don't know if you can see them all there, but just swarming around. Yeah, I'm getting rained on. I'm getting rained on with yellow poo. I'm glad I put this hat on. Thanks, Andrea, for knitting this hat. It's protecting me from yellow rain, otherwise known as bee poo. I wonder if bee poo in any way is like honey, because it's yellow. Who knew that bees had yellow poo? That's kind of funny. But I'm not going to lick it to find out. I might ask somebody to see. Yeah, I can see all the bees flying through the air now. There are so many hives. The one at the base of the ladder, sort of over here, is getting its shimmy on. His flaming bamboo stick, his giant incense. There we go, he's getting ready to flush them out. I don't know if this means they're gonna get crazy now, if they're gonna like come swarming over here. I think it kind of makes them drunk or something, but who knows? People get pretty aggressive when they're drunk, so maybe the bees get aggressive when they're drunk. The bees are here. Okay, it's time to escape. Ow! I took one in the hand already. I'm fucking retreating immediately. Huh? Alright, put the camera down a second, I gotta defend myself. Limbs are going on. Took a sting right in the nose. Another one in the hand. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I dropped my glasses in the midst of all that. I dropped my glasses.
really dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Here. Oh. Oh. Don't put up your cap.
Huh?
Don't put up your cap.
Are they in my hood? Well, I've just had to throw my. I got a sting right in my nose. Fuck off. Well, I lost my glasses somewhere in those rice terraces. Oh, and I've got a bunch of stings. Let's hope I'm not allergic. Fuck.
Problem?
Yeah, a few problems. Yeah, so I think they were all like tucked in the hood because I had my hood up, and they'd all got inside. When I got back, the guy was like, "Do not put up your hood." Just pulled out a few more stings from my face. I was just asking him. I wonder if that makes him aggressive or not. I felt like I was in a cartoon, you know, and it's just a swarm chasing somebody. Hello. See, this guy's got good protection. Nice. That's what I needed. So here's all the things I've discarded. Still covered in bees. I want my jacket back. I'm just going to leave it there for a minute, I think. Get away. I've literally got a bee in my bonnet. Can't get it out of my head. It's just buzzing in the back of my hair and I'm just swinging it around. I don't know what's going on over here now. Get off. My nose is going pretty red. Trying to hide out of the way, just inside somewhere. I mean, I'm not even inside, but I'm under a shelter at least. Oh, my nose hurts. I think I had one like dangling out of my nose for ages. Kamikazes. Kind of want my jacket back, just so I can cover myself. I do have another jacket actually in my bag. Let's see if I can get to my bag, that might be easier. Oh, I hear buzzing. As soon as I went near my things, a swarm of them out of nowhere. Oh, my nose is hurting a lot. Low-key mostly worried about my glasses, to be honest. I'm very slowly venturing back towards the rice terraces because I need to find my glasses, or I need to at least try. Funny, the things I had for my protection were like the neck thing, and my hood was up. And my glasses were sort of doubling as eye protection in a way. The eyes are the one thing you don't want to get stung. Like, you know, a bunch of stings to your face, body, whatever, hopefully. But if you get stung in the eye, it is bad news. You could go blind. But yeah, I didn't even... I was just whacking my own face and head and body to try and get rid of them as I was running, and I didn't even notice when they went. It was just chaos, absolute chaos. So anyway, I'm gonna have a little wander, like literally one step every now and then, just to see if they're around or not. But yeah, my neck protection, I just took that off. That might be where my glasses came off actually, because I just ripped it over my head. That might have took my glasses off. That would be great, because then they'd be both together. But when I glimpsed it on the ground, then it was just covered in bees. Fuck. Looking back on it now, I was like, I was like noticing the poo rain down on me. That should have been the warning sign to move on. And I kind of thought about it, but there were other people around me, so it didn't seem too pressing, you know? It was just like, oh, little drops. And then the other guys slowly started getting their stuff together. So I did too, just to mirror what they were doing. And then before any of us knew it, it was just 1B, 2B, oh my God, swarm. And we're all running in different directions. Huh? Yeah, many. Yeah. The glasses are back. The glasses are back. It was next to this. Thankfully, I tried to retrace my steps, and yeah, it was just, I didn't quite get the right line, but circled around, and yeah, as you can imagine, those rice terraces kind of all look the same when you're sprinting with a head full of bees. I couldn't even really see, to be honest. My eyes were closed. I was trying to protect my eyes, looking down at the same time, and the noise was just incredible, just buzzing all over your face. Found my glasses. Yeah.
Big money. Expensive more.
Not too bad, but I need to see. Yeah. They're not too expensive. No. It's okay now. No, it's no bees. Yeah. There was another guy who lost his glasses. I wasn't the only one. Fuck. Honestly, didn't expect it. I think because I was just around other local people, I thought, oh, someone will be in charge. I guess this is what you get when you this isn't a guided tour. There are sort of guided tours that come out to these honey hunts, and you know, you get given a proper beehive hat and stuff. Bee hat, what do they call them? I don't know. Beekeeper hat? Anyway, you get given those and it's all well looked after, you know, but this is just jumping out on a scooter with a local and finding out, fucking around and finding out. That's what this is.
At this point, I thought all the drama was over with, but while I was trying to regroup and find the guys I came with, a heated argument with some of the local villagers erupted.
Dog.
Oh, that dog is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, tried to eat me. Here he goes. Yeah, maybe Kancha's been eaten by the dog.
I think you're coming to maybe fever, huh?
Huh?
Fever.
Fever?
Yeah, how many? Maybe 5, 6?
My state? Yeah, at least. Yeah, so earlier when I was chilling, trying to chill away from the bees, just under a little shelter with some other guy, this guy came up to me and was like, the drone that your friend was using has made them get less honey, so you need to give the community some money. I was just like, it's nothing to do with me. And I'm hanging out with his brother now, and he's arguing with one of the local dudes here. I hope he doesn't own the big dog, because we might end up paying if he gets that dog out. Yeah, I don't see what a drone... The bees definitely don't like the drone, but they don't like anything. And I don't see how that would equal less honey, to be honest, personally. I mean, who knows? They could just be trying to get some money out of it. You see a drone and it looks expensive, and I'm a foreigner, so maybe it's an opportunity to get some money, but the honey's already there, right? So I don't know how the honey would just be less suddenly because of a drone. But yeah, I could be totally clueless about that. I mean, I am totally clueless, but you know, yeah. I'm just so happy I got my glasses. I'll take 50 stings in the face and keep my glasses, to be honest. That would have been a bad day though, trying to ride back on the scooter with no glasses. Well, going over those stones would just be hard. You really need to see. I'd be all right out on an open road. My eyes aren't that bad, but when you're going over stones and you need to be quite nimble going around the rocks, that could have gone badly, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're all angry with us. Maybe we won't get any honey at the end of this. I don't really want any, to be honest. I'm not even here for the honey. I'm here for just an adventure, you know? Just coming here and walking down, riding a scooter around villages and then walking around villages is amazing adventuring for me. Never mind eating with the locals and going up in the cliffside. Like, that's unbelievable. Unbelievably unexpected for me. one mean ass dog. It was literally trying to eat its way out of the cage to come and get me. Yes, I'm not sure why exactly, but I was very suddenly told to leave by the guys I was hanging with. Kancha was up on the cliffs and then me and his brother were down on the opposite side of the river. And there had been that bit of disagreement between one of the villagers about the drone. You know, they asked me for money and then they were bothering Kancha's brother. And they got into a really heated argument and violence was threatened. But it all kind of ended. And then all of a sudden, Kancha's brother got a call and was like, okay. He came off the phone and was like, you go that way, go back to the scooters. Which I'm hoping I know the way back to. And then he went the other way, as if towards Kancha. So who knows what's happening? I don't know if some local police come in or maybe local hoodlums from one of the villages. But either way, I packed away my good camera. And that's why I'm on the phone right now. Who knows if it's the police or something. I don't want them to like confiscate anything. Because you never know, right? It'd be like, do you have permission to film here or whatever? But either way, I'm not fucking around and finding out when it comes to local police out here or local, potentially lawless villagers. I'm tired. It's about my afternoon chill time right now, 2:30 p.m. This is normally when I'm like, let's just relax a little bit for an hour. And instead I'm wandering through landslide country, escaping somebody with a bunch of bee stings on my face. My nose is swollen. All the rest, they're not really bothering me too much, to be honest. Kancha's brother said if you get a lot of stings, there's a chance you can like have a fever at some point. Another guy told me it was medicine, so don't worry about it. If it is medicine, I am doped up for a while. Sure nobody's following me. Turn around and just see like a bunch of villagers with fucking tools in their hands. Oh god, I'd be fucked. I wouldn't last. I'm absolutely knackered. Cut off the recording then because there was two guys coming towards me and put my phone away just in case. They were really nice. I'm half tempted to jump back on the bike and just go back. I need to give this scooter back at some point today if I don't destroy it on the way back by accident. The scooter rental guy, once I'd paid and was about to set off, he was like, don't tell the police that you rented it from me. I'm like, what? He's like, here's my phone number and this is my name. Tell them you borrowed it off your friend. I'm like, alright. The honey hunters were setting up their second ladder. They moved spot. They were just beginning to descend again. I was just setting up my camera to start recording when I was told to skedaddle. Apparently they didn't get much honey, but there's another time of year, it's in the wet season, like June, July time, where it's like the main haul of honey. So one of the hives they looked at, it was just like a bunch of babies apparently, a bunch of baby bees. Oh, there's my scooter, yes. I've made it to the getaway vehicle. I just don't know whether to actually make a getaway or hang out here. Hey, namaste. It's a different day now. The buzzing has settled. And the aftermath, The aftermath. Let's just say, first of all, it was the right decision to get out of there. Because, it turned out the police showed up and some villagers came looking for me. So I made the right decision in getting out of there. How funny is this, by the way? How funny is this? Right outside my room where I'm staying. That is a beehive right there. That is a beehive with bees all swarming around. And there's another one right there. And then there's another one at the end of the... Luckily, they're a different species and they leave me alone. They're a third of the size of those giant ones. They just keep to themselves and I keep to myself. Anyway, yeah, so the aftermath. I wasn't sure at the time whether to jump on the scooter right away and get out of there or just hang around for a little bit, like, and wait for the people I was with. You know, would it settle down? All those people had been so welcoming for hours leading up to that moment. You know, I walked back maybe like 20 minutes, like really hightailing it out of there, got to the scooter. It's a 2 or 3 hour journey. Should I try and go back on my own or should I hang out? Yeah, I jumped on the scooter and the ride itself was nuts, man. The ride itself was just down all the crazy rocks again. Like I almost came off twice. I almost came off the bike twice. One was on this really steep downward hill covered in sand, absolutely covered in sand, over the top of rocks. As I'm braking, it's just not working and I'm just drifting off these rocks, and I had to like save myself a couple of times, like just like, you know, with my leg kind of thing hitting the ground. One of them was pretty hard too. It did jam my leg a little bit, but carried on through multiple like overflowed streams as well, which were also had a bed of just rocks under the, and I was going pretty fast because once I was on the bike, you know, I was on the way to freedom and kind of getting out of there. I was like kind of rushing, you know, I was like, all right, now I'm going, I need to get out of here. Must have been driving for an hour, then a bike just came whizzing up alongside me. The two guys on it were like, hey, hey, hey. I was like, uh-oh, who is this? Who is this? Luckily, it was the guys who I was with. They had caught me up. Luckily, it wasn't some villagers or police on a bike. Yes, we pulled over at this roadside cafe, got some Momo, and they filled me in on what had happened since I'd left. The police turned up, and there were sort of two separate issues, it seemed like. There was the police were actually mostly concerned just about the drone, and if the guy had permission to use that, and he did, he had his paperwork and everything like that, and then apparently they just left. But the villagers were definitely after some kind of money, fee, whatever. Some of them apparently came looking for me. You know, there was a whole bunch of steps and hills, and I was double stepping it up there, you know. Apparently they returned and said that I was really quick. I was making a beeline to get out of there. Yeah, and I don't want to say anything like too bad here because I feel like I don't understand the situation fully. And I'm very thankful that I was allowed to join them and see what I did see before it kind of went that way, you know. I feel so grateful that I could even just be there, that I got to have food with them, follow them into the forest and, you know, got up close and personal, a bit too close and personal with the bees. But all I will say is that there was just a coincidental moment that when their first return from their hive wasn't very good, that's when there was this turn of, we need payment from you guys. You know, fancy drone, fancy foreigner, you know, we haven't made as much money as we hoped from this honey hunt. And the guy with the drone's actually been there on previous seasons and he's never had a problem before. So yeah, anyway, then they were asking for 40,000 rupees, which is, that's a big amount of money. It's about $300 US or 250 British pounds, whatever. There's like 2 months of accommodation for me. But yeah, anyway, a small fee was handed over, nowhere near that amount, just a very small fee, just as a token gesture, I think, to sort of calm the situation. You know, getting back to where we were before, they caught me up on the bike, filled me in on everything. And then unexpectedly came probably the scariest part of the day for me. We set back off towards Pokhara, the city. They were on a faster bike than me and there was no need for them to wait for me, so they just zoomed off ahead. As I got back into the city, the sun had just gone down, so it was dark. I'm on this scooter and the roads were nuts. It was like becoming rush hour as the sun had just gone down. It was bananas. It was bananas. I was on this fat highway, like there's not much road rules here, hey, and there's just bikes and cars and buses and trucks, and it's nighttime, it's dusty. It was a lot, especially after the day I'd had, after being up since 5:30 in the morning, hours and hours of walking, a bunch of bee stings, hours of riding the bike, which takes a lot of concentration. I was mentally pretty spent and hoping it was about over. God, it was hectic, super noisy, but I made it. I got back, gave the scooter back. There was no problems there. And then I just had the final 3 kilometer slog to get back to the guest house. But I did break that up. I stopped in a restaurant and treated myself to a pizza because I was well and truly beat. I haven't had a pizza in months and I was like, you know what, today's the day. I did record like a lot of this aftermath stuff then as well, so it'd all be in one day, but it was dark, so the footage wasn't too great, and the microphone was sort of covered up by the neck warmer, so the audio wasn't too great. And I got back, had a quick shower, found a few more stings just lodged in my face. There were like splinters in there. It was like hard to get them out. I had a slight worry about there being hidden bees somewhere amongst my things just coming out at nighttime. I'm gonna lie in bed now and I'm gonna be like, with the rat video, you know, at the end of the day, I'd gone through that forest and I laid down. I was like, the day is over. And then a rat jumped out my back. Now I'm gonna lie down on my bed. And then just suddenly out of nowhere, bzzz, I won't even be able to move. I'll just be so tired. I'll just be like, no, not the bees. I had a great opportunity to say that today, didn't I? When you're actually escaping real bees, there's no time for movie references. I've learned that. There's no time. And then the final thing was the very next day, I was getting all my clothes and I was going to hand wash some laundry and I got the neck thing. There was a bee on it. I moved the neck thing and it went bzzz. I was like, ah! And that was what I'd been wearing all the way on the scooter ride home, and then walked back the 3 kilometers as well. I'd had it on all evening pretty much. I'm pretty sure it was dead. It just made this, like, I think it was just like a biological reaction when I moved it, you know, like it would zzz, like just a little bit of a automatic reaction. We're a few days on now, and the stings, they were swollen in little parts for a few days, and then they got really itchy actually all over the place. That's how I discovered bites, stings that I didn't even know I had, like all these different points on my hand and all different places. Yeah, it's so itchy that like I was itching them in the night, like not really aware of it. So I'd like drawn blood in a couple places as well. So the bee karma is still getting me. Yeah, I guess I just want to say at the end that I don't want this to come off as bad on anyone. Nepal is an amazing country. I absolutely love it here. The people are awesome, so welcoming. Just gonna put it down to a little bit of a misunderstanding and then maybe lack of communication, and it's all good. It's all good. I love this country. Yeah, so that's it. The whole thing is over with now. I'm glad I'm done editing this video because I've had to listen to the buzzing of bees for far too many hours. If this video entertained you, made you laugh, made you have any emotions, yeah, please like the video because I'm trying to grow my channel, so it'll be great if this video gets out there. Who knows, in the next few months I might be able to get monetized, which would make all these bee stings and dozens of hours editing a little bit more worth it, even though I'm enjoying it. Thanks for watching.